haven't been taking care of myself. As much as I try, I only slept like 2 hours. Just, I know I talked about letting go of synchronicities. The balance keeps showing up. It keeps showing up. There it is. It's the balance within myself, you know? That's what I'm realizing. I've been focused on restoring the balance in other ways. And needing to understand that if I'm going to embark fully in this next chapter, I need to find the balance within, truly find the balance within. And I haven't, if I'm being quite honest. I really haven't. I mean, to not be sleeping, to skip meals, to not follow through on things. Because I'm so consumed by all of this. I know I said I let go of what tugs at my heart. But, and I know I set the intention to release as often as I needed to be able to move on. But it's just, I mean, if last week was a result, you know, my physical pain was a result of just bottling up emotions as a way for me to try to move on. What kind of life is that, you know? What kind of life is that? And I know I said I would wait, but that was before the last fallout, if you will, where it was kind of left unknown, kind of left needing time. I don't know for what. And that's fine, I guess, for them, but what does that say about me in terms of waiting for an unknown answer? For all I know, it might, I may not perceive this person again. I don't know. There's no communication. And it's just, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? That's right, my self-worth. I know who I am. I know what I want. And this consumption, it really has been ego-driven. It really has. I mean, when I started this, I was purposely of wanting to avoid this topic. Like, it wasn't why I was doing this. It really wasn't. I didn't want to bring it up, but there it was, right? It's like when you try to hide from something, the truth comes out. These moon energies. It's crazy. I mean, synchronicity or not, it's happening. And I just, I'm not 20 anymore. I'm gonna be 40. I think I've paid my dues. I think I've I deserve more. I deserve more. And I have this opportunity and some. There appears to be someone, and again, it could all just be an illusion. But you know what? Everything just starts off as an illusion and a dream. Something that's, you can choose to make it real for yourself, or you can choose to not believe in it. And there's this illusion, possibly, I don't know, of an individual who's high vibe, who's had a similar past, I feel, and who's ready to jump in. And there's something that holds me back. But this something causes me physical, psychosomatic symptoms. I mean, could I easily be to blame? Possibly, right? In terms of how I'm coping. I mean, I think I've done pretty well considering the types of relationships I've overcome in my past. And I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I'm just I just want to do what's right. I want to do what's right. And I want my heart to be there. I want my heart to be there too, fully, because this other person, whoever that person may be, deserves that too. It's not just about me. And I feel like this past week has really been, I think there's an effort to think beyond myself. For the higher good, for I do my healing for you, right? There's definitely an effort, but everything has to be aligned in order for it to work. This weekend, I did the tarot shuffle, and this was another card that I received, and you're able to see that. The Lovers, my card, Gemini. And I was, for those of you that don't know, I look at it and I pick up on what I see, what stands out for me before I read the little booklet. And I saw this girl giving herself completely, wanting to guard her heart with the knife, and yet also wanting to give love with the cup in her hand. And the sword or knife, whatever, the sword she was holding to try to guard her heart. This is her just like relinquishing herself to someone who's just looking at her neck, her body, who doesn't even have the other cup, who doesn't even have the other cup to offer. That's what I saw. And she's just relinquishing and giving in, looking up at Cupid, like praying and hoping that things turn out okay. And then the little girl and the little boy, she's offering a little boy a flower, and he has his back turned toward her. And Cupid is really aiming more at him than at her. There's potential here for playfulness with the little kids. The lion, strength, the eagle, wisdom. What else did I write down? Learning to love myself, but also letting go of what no longer serves me. It's just not a balanced card. At least, not the way this one is perceived. And it just reminded me this weekend of just where we are, in different places in our lives. And this snake at the bottom, holding on to this egg, this, I don't know, like possible gift of rebirth. It has wings, so it must be some type of divinity towards it, or angelic nature, I don't know. It's unbalanced. It's unbalanced. So that was Sunday. So yeah, so the lovers, not balanced at all. I'm not even gonna bother reading what the booklet says, or maybe I should, since that's what I've been doing. I don't know. The book says it's linked with Gemini, associated with art and crafts. Represents relationships that are important for personal growth and development. This black and white couple embodies faithfulness and the yin-yang duality. The children, I didn't even realize that it was a black and white couple, but it is, in terms of race. I hadn't noticed that. So they embody faithfulness and the yin-yang duality. The children bring frankness, curiosity, and playfulness. Cupid gives a blessing for passion and compassion. The open arc denotes within denotes unlimited potential and unrestrained feelings. The wand is fire, trust and intuition. The sword is air, convictions and ideas. The cup is water, follow your heart. The flower is earth, do as your heart tells you. The alchemical egg with the snake symbolizes this transformative power of relationships. The lion represents creativity and vitality. He is a fire sign of spirituality. The eagle denotes allegiance and priority. The Hebrew character Zain is the symbol of a sword, which is the symbol right on top. So that's what the little book says. Yesterday, Monday, I got the Princess of Pentacles again. And the funny thing is that during the daily message in the morning, it seemed like I was being referred to as the Queen of Pentacles. You know how they'll say they're reading and then they'll say, oh, the Queen of Pentacles, oh, that's you, that's your energy. And, you know, you take it as a grain of salt, right? if it really applies to you, or you know, it's done as a collective. And so in terms of just knowing that there's more than one person kind of going through similar things. So anyways, for the sake of this video, I was being interpreted as the Queen of Pentacles, yet the Princess of Pentacles was coming up. Now, I have not seen the Queen of Pentacles, at least the card, so I'm not familiar with what it looks like. But I know this one came up before with the little girl, kind of like the opposite, or the past, and she was the present or the future. But it just the thought that I was being referred to as the Queen of Pentacles, yet this was showing up as my challenge for the day yesterday. You know, this progression of moving towards the Queen just made me think of the fact that, you know, well, why wasn't this one a queen, right? So I realized that my challenge is myself. My challenge is my old self. That's the challenge that I need to be aware of, that I hold myself back. I have the potential to hold myself back if I allow it to. Just the awareness of that, and needing to learn from that, right? You know, I've had a lot of encounters with individuals who have said, you know, you have the potential, but you hold yourself back. And then I think about all the times that I've said that to other people, right? We hold ourselves back. And so that was yesterday's challenge. Today's. So maybe I should share a little bit more about the morning message from MJ. Of course, so many timelines, right? So many possibilities, and it keeps being focused more recently on twin flame energies. And there's so many possibilities, right? You feel like you resonate with so many of them, and one of those, you know, is yours, right? One of those, you know, is your story. And then the one that resonated the most was the one where the feminine had gone through her share of toxic relationships, multiple toxic relationships. And I don't even like the word toxic, you know. What is toxicity, right? It's just when there's just this overpowering of I don't know, negative stuff. I mean, we're dealing with people here. We're dealing with human beings who were babies, were children at some point, you know, and through life experiences or the cards that they were dealt, it just got given a hand that was difficult for for them to overcome, and we're consumed by the negative energies, you know, not realizing the power that they have inside. So toxicity, right? Just another word that separates, I think. You know, another way to just reframe that is looking at these individuals who are just hurting, who just want to be loved and accepted, and who want to find the light again. So at least those were the individuals in my life. And I remember in one of the earlier videos I put, you know, that possibility. I remember saying it's impossible to have more than one twin flame, because this mirroring, and you know, of that I'm picking up with other individuals around me, right? That I'm seeing things that they're triggering in me that supposedly only your twin flame has the capability to do. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding that, but I remember thinking and saying it in the video, like, is it possible to have more than one twin flame? And then MJ validated it this morning. She said, you know, it's not all about the twin flame, right? That's just the hook. And that all your relationships will end up being like a twin flame. That much passion, that much love, and at the same time, that difficulty in seeing parts of yourself in this other person that makes sense in the larger, you know, scene of things. It's just, you know, when you see yourself in other individuals, you know, the whole interconnectedness. I hurt, you hurt. You know, I love, you love. So it was comforting, that little bit of information. That was a validation of just how I was seeing things, that I wasn't going crazy. So anyway, so she talked about just the different energies, different scenarios that were playing out. So that one resonated the most with me. It was just that the feminine had overcome a lot of toxic or hurtful relationships, individuals, and that she was ready to move on, and wanting to move on, but wanting to move on in a relationship that was reciprocal, you know, the balanced give and take, the not having to hide, not having to lie, not having to whether it's lying to yourself or to others, or you know, just no communication, being left in the dark, feeling like I have to pull. It's like pulling teeth to hear people's heart. Not wanting any of that. I was like, this just resonates a lot more. And that there was this recent counterpart that has appeared. She said it was new. This person also high vibe, and that I would feel it, is almost pretty much ready, I think. And she said there was a lot of sevens. There were, with the exception of 7, and that was missing. And I guess 7 is a good thing. It's a good number. And she said that this person was also out of, you know, had gone through a marriage, was hurt, and yeah, and she named some signs. I don't know this person's sign, but the high vibe I definitely feel, and it resonates with me. And again, the possibilities, right? I think taking a step back and really being truthful with myself of where I am, what I'm ready for, and thinking beyond myself. I mean, could I wait? I could, but that's selfish of me, I think. And I don't just want to wait. So I guess there's a part of it, and you know, it's just this waiting game, and I get it. There's going to be a waiting game. There's going to be the need for patience, right? You know, we're dealing with a world that struggles with change, with people, and we all struggle with change. I'm struggling, you know, and again, I'm not all high and mighty or anything, but even within my field, right? Other clinicians are currently struggling with this change, just like you are. This whole COVID situation, it's nobody likes change, but it's through the process of change that transformation occurs, that the survival of the fittest, right, is about those who are more receptive to change and can go with that. And this time in our lives, the way the world is being affected by COVID on a larger scale, how in the US we're being affected with politics and racism and prejudice and just this continued polarization of concepts, social constructs, really. The world is needing more high vibe people. The world is needing more love. The world is needing more people to unite, to bring about the energy, right? What was it that I told this individual last night? That I, you know, and it's that thing, you know, when you're in high vibe with someone and you're just, there's a great connection and the communication flow is just beautiful. You start, there's parts of you that just kind of, you don't even realize that you had these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions, and being able to put it into words like this, like, wow, like I amaze myself. And that's where I know it's not me. It's I've had those moments in other situations, and I call them God moments because I'm a nerd, I'm dorky, I stumble, I am clumsy, I'm so not that athletic, and I'm not, you know, I grew up with little friends, few friends, and through the fourth, until the fourth grade, except for B, I left B. And so when I have these moments of just where these words just kind of flow, I know it's not me. It's the power that may be working through me. So anyways, where was it? He had asked about, we were talking about children. And he put, hopefully he forgives me for sharing this, but he put, if the right person came along and I felt we were really matched and would make great parents, I would totally do it. Anything is possible, right? So the big question is, A, would you rather have kids and spend the next 18 years looking after them and raising them until college expenses, etc., or B, not have kids and spend all your time exploring the world and being free from that obligation, but with the potential for growing old without kids who may or may not look after you? Which would you choose, right? And so then I put, anything is possible. Anything worthwhile may be hard work, but always full of light and love. I've never regretted pushing through challenges. I have always seen the light at the end and have only grown tremendously because of those experiences. In response to your question, how's this for a response? I choose C. I would rather not place limitations on any possibility regarding living life to the fullest. Who's to say I can't have one or more kids, become a full-time traveling family, explore the world with my closest loved ones by my side, and grow old knowing the world will become a better place where I won't have to place that responsibility on them, but rather look to my life partner, my neighbor, or my community, which may or may not include my kids, for the same reciprocal care and affection that I would offer to them wholeheartedly, for the simple reason that we are human beings, all longing for care, love, affection, and a sense of belonging. I know it sounds naive and possibly idealistic, but the world needs a lot more of that, especially nowadays. And if anyone can sit on the sidelines of a sports game, insist that their energy impacts the game tremendously for the benefit of winning, who's to say that I can't do just that for my own life in future? And, you know, he said, let's run away to Bora Bora and explore the meaning of life on an overwater bungalow. Yeah. I'm totally feeling this individual's vibe. And the synchronicities were there. Not intensely, but they were there. Balance, right? So today's cards, I got three jumpers. The first one is Nine of Pentacles. The second is Sorrow. Three of Swords. And the third is Ten of Cups. I have no idea where my little book is. I tried looking for it, so I'm gonna have to go with my intuition here. But the Nine of Pentacles, the only thing that stood out was this individual with flowers to offer, but just seeming so sad. Like waiting, right? Just waiting to be able to offer these. And it's not even all nine. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So either someone wants to offer me 4 out of the 9 pentacles, or this is me with flowers waiting to offer. And it says gain? I don't know. Nine of Pentacles is gain. Gain from what? Was it like 1 flower before and now it's 4? Maybe. I don't know. The second one, Sorrow. 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords. Gosh, I remember some people saying 3 of Swords was like a third party situation. Used to be. It's all in my head. Still stuck on it. It's an air sign. The first one was an earth sign. This one's an air sign. Being up in the clouds. Not being grounded. Full of sorrow. For sure. For sure. And it's definitely affecting my earth life, right? Just being hung up on that. And then 10 of Cups. What does that mean? Actually, I had to look it up. Satiety? I think I'm pronouncing it right. Satiety. The quality or state of being fed or gratified to or beyond capacity. Fullness. And then there's a second definition, the revulsion or disgust caused by overindulgence or excess. I mean, talk about duality, right? Being fed, full, satisfied. but then the complete opposite of being disgusted by an overindulgence of excess. There's an overflow of water being given to the point where it's surrounding them all, right? And the moon is there. The moon is there. I'm sorry, I keep noticing that I put it close and it blurs the image, but the moon is there. And then the sign at the top is, so you have earth, right? If you look at the sign at the top, you have air, water, fire is missing. Fire is missing. And then apparently there's spirit. There's a spirit one. There's a spirit one. At least in the yoga wellness little Pinterest picture that I found. Oh, this is my challenge for today. How it's going to be a challenge, I don't know. I don't have the little booklet. So I'm just going to have to go with my intuition, my gut. I am aware that this is my challenge. What I have to learn from it, I'm still working on that. But it needs my love and compassion. Decisions. I think that's where I'll end. I'm gonna let go of something. Actually, I meditated on it. I put it out in the universe to let go of this individual. Again, I used my healing stone. Instead of all of them, I just used this one. And I felt it right here, the sensation of what was holding me back. It was between my heart and my throat chakra. I felt it like right here. I don't know if it was mine. I don't think it was mine because I'm speaking from the heart, right? I'm emotionally feeling it. I think this is where this person is stuck. Right here, right in between the heart space and the throat chakra, being able to speak his truth. It is what it is. I have to go. I have to go. Balance is there. Thanks for listening. This has been really therapeutic. So thank you guys. Or just thank you for the platform in itself. It's definitely helped.